Ishan here for ZFA Tech, and so welcome to my vlog slash update type of video here today, where I want to speak about a number of things that I've come across, maybe read or experienced, and I kind of want to share it with all you guys. So here we go. So the first thing I want to mention is that not too long ago, a few days ago, I believe it was on Monday, where Google announced their acquisition for a company called Next. Now, Next make thermostats and things like this, and the man, I think his name is Fidel. Basically, this guy, not Fidel Castro, but Fidel, or his name, I think it's Tom Fidel or something like that. His name is. He actually invented the iPod. So back when obviously Steve was alive and he was coming out with a new iPod that nobody really knew about, he was the guy that really invented it, and then he gave Johnny Ive his job, which is obviously now the job at Apple really in terms of innovation and creativity and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I kind of mentioned this story because Google actually paid in cash $3.2 billion. That's about 1.9 billion pounds, excuse me, and that's a lot of money. And basically, now this guy Fidel is actually he's the founder of this company Nest. He will still continue to manage this company, and now he's Google guy. So it's and people are thinking like Google is spending so much money. They have the car, they have the Google Glass, and now they have this company, and obviously they've got Android and things like this as well, and they got the Google Search and Maps and all this kind of stuff. So they're kind of giving you a whole innovation. They're innovating basically in a whole experience of maybe everyday things as well. So the big talk is Google is probably the most innovative company out there at the moment in the world, at in any industry really, not just in tech, but it definitely is probably number one, and I agree with that. A lot of people saying that Walter Isaacson, who wrote the book, the autobiography of Steve Jobs, said the same thing. That they are very innovative. Tim Cook at the moment, I think the biggest thing that he's done at the moment is probably release the Mac Pro, and also this China mobile deal as well. But is innovation dead at Apple? And my answer is no. This is a very neutral kind of perspective as well. It's not very unbiased in this perspective myself. I don't think it's dead at all with Apple. I mean, Apple have been very fast with the innovations from iPads to iPhones to the iPod. And many other things as well, small things as well as big things, and depends what the world wants to do or the journalists out there in the media want to cover at the moment. Because even with Mac Pro, back in WWDC, even though people wanted it, they were like, okay, we waited a number of years, it's not here yet. Okay, let's forget about it. They'll come out whenever they want to come out with it, and nobody knew it was going to come out. And then they announced it, and then obviously they announced the actual launch of it later on. A number of months later on, I think it was when the new iPads came out, and so who knows? There's definitely, I'm quite optimistic when it comes to tech companies, and I'm always willing to try new tech. And I'll speak about at least one new tech that's come out and that's got some press as well. It's called Box, and I'll talk about that in a second. But innovation is not dead at Apple, I don't think at all. Anyway, it came out the new Mac Pro, and people are absolutely that have tested it, reviewed it, I've read so much about it. It's definitely getting. I think the only bad thing that's it's getting good reviews, but the only bad thing I can hear or read at the moment is the fact that it's quite heavy. But other than that, it's pretty good, and I'm quite optimistic. I mean, I know that wearables and TVs are definitely in the works with Apple, and who knows, something else might be coming as well. So innovation is not dead at Apple, so don't need to worry about that at all. So moving on is to what I just mentioned earlier, Box. Now Box is like Dropbox and SkyDrive, which is a cloud service app. And the reason this is getting a buzz is for two reasons. So if you're an Apple user, so if you use iPhone or the iPads, this is fantastic. It's a free download, free app, and basically the actual buzz is two things. So the first thing is the UI. The UI on this thing, from what I've tested, is absolutely fantastic. It's really matching the new iOS 7 in terms of how the writing is and how the text looks and all that kind of stuff. The fact that I could share things really easily. So if you're somebody who's working on a great project and you share it with a colleague or with a student, and you're doing some group project, it's really great to share your projects there. And on top of that, what really makes it competitive is that it gives you 50 gigabytes 50 gigabytes of free storage for you to use. And I don't think this is forever. Like, so if you were to download this 3 months or 6 months down the line, you'll get 50 gigs. It might be just for January and January alone. So do get that, do download it so you've got that, 50 gigs, and you will need it, especially if you're a student. I know I did. Even though I didn't do graphic design or anything heavy that's got, that needs loads of gigabytes, but still it's something that you can use, and it's a great thing to have. I think it works really well. It also has a website, box.com, so you can use that as well. And just like the way you got Dropbox as well, because obviously when you're sharing, most people do the productivity on the computers, it's not on iPhones or tablets. So definitely check that out there, and that is huge. I think it works really well at the moment from what I've tested. I've only tested on the iPhone. I don't think there's any any information about Android at the moment. And another thing as well I wanted to mention as well, there's no terms or conditions as well that I've read where it says, yeah, you've got 50 gigs, but only for like a couple of years, and then it goes down to 10 gigs or something like that, or you have to or you have to pay for it monthly or yearly fee. So there's nothing like that. So at the moment, it looks pretty good. You got 50 gigs and it's forever, so that's pretty cool. And that's pretty much it. I mean, the last thing is I did buy a external hard drive. You might have seen some pictures. So if you follow me on Twitter or my Facebook page or even Instagram, where I use these social networks quite a lot. So do check them out there, guys. This is it basically. It is the A data or ADATA. It's 1 terabyte. This is a box that comes in, and it's basically dash drive durable 2.5-inch portable hard drive. It's HD 710, and it has a super speed USB 3.0, which is backward compatible as well. So if you got USB 2.0, which most of us have, I've got that. It still would work very well for that. And as you can see, it is 1 terabyte. I've got 500 megabytes or gigabytes, excuse me, already on my Mac, but I need 1 terabyte to back it up, and it's great. I mean, this is what you need. I mean, a lot of people have data, and a lot of people are more educated about stuff like the tech nowadays. Having this would be great. I mean, you just put all your data on it, back it up, put it somewhere else in another room. So if something, a fire, say you, God forbid, like something happens to your computer, whether it gets stolen or gets destroyed in a fire, or something happens to it, something crazy happens to it, at least you've got it backed up here, and you don't have to have a heart attack. So this is great stuff, I think. Put this in another room or somewhere else. Or so if your Mac gets stolen, this doesn't. All your data is still here with you. So that's pretty awesome. So there you go, guys. I just want to speak about innovation is not dead at Apple. The new box as well, which is fantastic as well, like I mentioned, and A data, the hard drive, which is I'm looking forward to using that soon. So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. It kind of shows me what kind of videos you do like. Share it, subscribe, and definitely follow me on my Instagram, Vine, Twitter, Facebook as well, and subscribe to YouTube for more free updates on my new videos. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm glad you have tuned in to watch my videos, and I'll see you in the next one.